Welcome to Sports Tonight Live. This is the last World Cup show, and after 6 weeks, it comes down to two countries, Germany and Argentina. But let's take a look back at yesterday's game and also Brazil's game. For some reason, Matt and Kenny, you're holding up. What is this all about? Robert 42.
Taking a note from David Luiz and Julio Cesar. Unfortunately, one of our sound engineer guys can't make it tonight. So, in tribute to him, we're with you. Get well soon. No, go on.
Did you just say it was the only T-shirt you can find?
It was the only T-shirt I could find.
Yeah. We are joined by Kenny. Ken, good evening.
How are you?
You're becoming a phenomenon on Twitter.
Yeah,
you're getting a high following, and people will be using you on Twitter.
Well, yeah, they haven't met me, have they?
No,
they haven't met me.
They've seen you on the programme. They think, "Oh, I'll keep a distance."
No, they're what I call trolls, cowards.
Right, you put them in your place.
Well, put one in their place, yeah.
Absolutely. And Matt, this could be the last time we see you this season or year, because you're off to...
I'm off to Stoke-on-Trent.
Yes.
Yay, the wonderland of Stoke-on-Trent. Because I'm going to be taking a Masters in broadcasting up there.
Okay.
So I'll come back and then I'll take your place.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And maybe within a month's time they'll sort of expel you and you will be back in.
Yeah, you never know. I'm a bit of a troublemaker.
And we're joined by, I was going to say young Nick Monday, but he's probably older than
19.
Matt.
19.
Younger,
No,
19.
he's younger than me.
There you go. Yeah. Welcome to the show, Nick. We had
Thanks
you for one of
me.
the World Cup specials earlier on. We're going to talk about the game yesterday and how we're going to fill the 20 minutes talking about that 0-0. I don't know, but we cannot go through this programme without talking about the Brazilian game. Can I ask you, Kenny? It's one of those where were you moments, in the moments of history, and certainly with football. Where were you?
I was watching it watching the front lounge with family around me, and let's just say we had our mouths open. I was completely...
You were eating, were you?
Eating. I was too shocked to eat. I was too shocked to drink. I just could not believe how a football team, a team that I worshipped and still worship, can capitulate after the first goal. After the first goal went in, the tail went in. They just did not try afterwards. It was embarrassing.
Lack of leadership.
Lack of leadership. There was lack of heart.
Well, I didn't know. I tell you, we can go back to all the programmes.
You were right.
I said
You're
Brazil
right.
would bottle it.
You were 100% right.
Whoa, hang on. You said they bottle it because they get the pressure of the crowd if it was a cagey 0-0.
You are changing my words.
There's a complete difference.
This was pressure.
To being taken away, just blown away by Germany.
But how could you... If you look at the first goal, it was like embarrassing. It's Sunday League football. A corner's come in. They had one German player in the box. They had 5 Brazilians. He's a free man, and he's able to tap in the goals. If you looked at all of Germany's goals, it was like the sort of things... when we used to play five-a-side, where, you used to...
Jumpers for goalposts.
Jumpers for goalposts, and just moving the ball around slowly, coming in, tapping in. The Germans were too embarrassed to celebrate.
What do you think, Nick?
Well, the thing is, we know it was the weakest Brazilian team for years. Everyone has said that, but it just showed how important Thiago Silva was.
The word glimpse, I know what people are saying. The word glimpses, though, I mean, certainly when they fell behind against Croatia, there was a period in that game where they played really well. And then, don't forget this, we'll talk about Fred in a minute, but Brazil against Chile, I mean, they played quite well in that game. They were lucky to get through, but Chile were a good side. So they did get through. So what happened on the night? What was it all about?
There are just some things in sport that you cannot explain. Physically,
like you wearing the Germany shirt tonight, for example.
You cannot explain the physics behind that Roberto Carlos free kick against France. It's just impossible. Same with perhaps Cissé's goal against Chelsea. You can't explain that. It's not a case of Germany were too good and Brazil were too bad, because even then, that does not equate to 7-1. It just cannot be explained.
Look at the goals. Look at the goals, though. You look at the first goal, right? Was embarrassing. The second goal, I mean, like close.
Should be
it went 2-3-4, didn't it?
All right, let's go through it quickly. The second goal, closer. I see Milk turn faster than closer. Yeah, he had 2 bites of cherry to put the goal in. How much space did Cruz need for the third goal? The fourth goal was even worse. It was straight up from the kickoff from the third goal going in, and they all decided to try and play out in the back, lose the ball, boom, 4-0 down. The fifth goal, I can't even believe it. The fifth goal, it was so embarrassing. It was like practice match. I'll never forgive Brazil for this.
I think it was their defensive line was just too deep, inviting pressure all the time. Maybe that was because.
But how can you go from hero to villain in the space of 4 or 5 days? David Luiz scores probably the free kick of the
Yeah,
tournament.
but you say that, you know why he went
Piers
to him.
Morgan comes
Yeah, but
on Twitter, goes, "Oh, he's the player of the tournament," and then capitulates.
I'll tell you what happened, right?
Where's Morgan, though?
What it was called
Yeah, I
for.
know, Piers Morgan.
But I'll tell you what it's called for. Basically, you're playing Germany, a team that you respect, the team that Brazil were clearly afraid of. And what happens when you're in defence, right, and you've got set pieces, you as the captain, you say, right, I want you there, I want you on the post, I want you marking the runners, stopping the German Hummels coming in for a free header. That's what you do when you're a player. You will organise your defence. Cesar, as the goalkeeper, should be saying to his players, I want this one, this one.
Exactly.
No one was talking.
Exactly. He's probably just had to fill in for Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva's probably the man who points out and says, right, you on you, you on you.
Who's missed more, Thiago Silva or Neymar?
Well, Neymar's
Both.
one basically scoring the goals, but then you showed what happens when Silva gets out of the fence. So I'd say Silva.
Yeah.
Silva.
No heart of Silva, definitely. But then again, the bottom line is that PSG have paid £50 million for David Luiz. Surely a £50 million player should know.
But he doesn't become a bad player overnight. Do you think the occasion of that semi-final?
No, the first goal. No, when the first goal went in, that's it. Game.
There was a moment before that. I think Brazil had a chance actually before Germany scored.
Yeah. And Marcelo needs to go to jail for that performance. Needs to go to jail. You're a left back, and even when you're a 2-0 down, you think that you want to start playing left wing. That was the worst performance I've ever seen from a left back. I mean, I feel sorry for Luis from Atletico Madrid for not. If he couldn't even get in the Brazil squad, and yet Marcelo, because he plays for Real Madrid, gets in the squad.
Hang on. You've had Santos at Arsenal playing left back, and that's still the worst left back performance.
Oh come on, that was awful. That was awful. You look at where a lot of Germany's attacks came from. It was non-existent. There was just no defence.
I mean, Scolari tactically got it wrong.
Well, he played the wrong players. He should have played Paulinho. And he should have. I don't know how, but I don't know how many players have to be injured for Bernard to get in the team. And don't get me started on Fred.
Yeah,
I still can't believe Fred starts every game. I think he started every game.
But with Fred though, you go back to the Confederations
Cup, but
top goal scorer.
Can't compare it.
Yeah,
Why can't you compare? I had this conversation
because Germany
earlier in the
weren't
week.
there and Germany agreed.
But
it's not a pressure tournament.
But they were playing Spain at the time. Let's face it, Spain were the kings of Europe.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously it's shown that they're not now.
Yeah.
But at that particular point in time, people were saying to me, look, this was a good build-up. The other guy speak. That it was a good build-up for them because it prepared them. But you say it's completely different.
Well, maybe that was false hope. They're saying, oh no, we won it last year, so it's basically a repeat. But you can't compare the two because when you get to the World Cup, the nation's completely different, unexpected teams. Yeah. So
it's tactics as well. Like teams have to evolve. What was good last year isn't going to be good this year. You've got to have a brand of football and the way you're playing.
Were Germany world class?
No.
Or were Brazil that poor?
Above average.
They were really
not
good.
World class, but above average.
Germany just took advantage of the space available.
This is the same country that struggled against Algeria and could have easily
Algeria
won a 2-0
defended.
down at half time.
Algeria can defend.